Hi everyone, it's Susan Peach, your online business coach, and I'm here to report in on my first week of work with this new website, discovervancouverisland.com. So I'm just going to go over what I've been doing this week so you can keep up with the changes I've made, and then I will let you know what my goal will be for this coming week. So I started by making quite a few changes to the look and feel of the website. This is what it looks like today after I've done some edits to it. And let me take you back to what it looked like a week ago when I first purchased it. Now this screenshot is on my website, so you can see it in greater detail there, but I think it will just give you a snapshot of what I've been doing. So on this original, you'll see that there was a column on the right-hand side, and that's gone now. This column, there was only one across the whole site, so there was no variation in it. I didn't feel that it was effective. There were some affiliate links that really weren't doing their job at all. Some other gadgets and gizmos and widgets that weren't being effective. So that whole right column just went. And then on the left-hand side, I've also cleaned this up a fair bit. I've removed the blue in the background, and I've changed the look and feel of the navigation buttons so that they're just cleaner. It's on a white background, no borders. Changed the font just to make it a bit easier to read. And then the final thing that I did that you'll see in this screenshot is that I changed the header a little bit. The photo is still the same, but I took out these dashes and the .com. My feeling is that people are on the internet using a browser. They know they're on a website, so we don't really need the actual name of the website as in dashes and .com. I've changed it to just read Discover Vancouver Island. And I think that just makes it a little bit snappier and easier to read. I've also worked with the font just a little bit, just enough to make it pop off the page a wee bit more. I've italicized and put some a little bit of a background on the text to make it jump. This is not, as I said in my first video, I'm not a graphics person, but these are just minor things that I did, basically because I wanted the site to have a cleaner look and I just wanted it stripped right down so that I could start to rebuild it from the ground up. More than likely, I will do a total revamp of the look and feel of this site at some point, not too far down the road, but these first few things were just to get it tidied up so that I can work with it without my eyes going crazy looking at all this distracting stuff. There's a couple of other things I've also done with the look and feel, and I'll just take you to, I'll take you onto another page here just to, I can have a closer look. So I have down at the bottom here, you'll see that this page has the new socialize boxes on it. Previously it had 8 different social networking options. It had LinkedIn, Dig, and a few others that really aren't that commonly used. Facebook and Twitter are the biggies. They're the 2 that I use. And so I scaled back. This site is built on the SBI platform, and you do have an option to have what's called the 8-pack of social media buttons with 8 buttons. I chose the 2-pack, and my feeling is that if you give people too many choices, they usually don't make a choice. So I've given them 2, and hopefully if they like my page, they'll share it or tweet about it, and that's great for now. The other thing I've done is I just updated the footer, and again, this is probably going to get more of a major overhaul, but I have just customized it a wee bit more to be to my taste. And then the last thing I've done is that previously, and you won't see it here, the pages had a Facebook commenting feature so that visitors could leave a comment and have it appear on Facebook. I found in looking over the site that it wasn't being well used, and the site really doesn't have enough visitors to justify that kind of distraction from my main work, which right now is just building out this site. So that's the look and feel changes that I've made. The other category of work that I've been doing is I have done what I call a first pass page audit, and I've completed about 25 pages on the site so far. What that consists of, I'll just come into a page that I know I've done already. Let's just go to the home page. So what I have done is I have removed the previous owner's AdSense. I need to go to a page where we've got AdSense on it. Let's go to, take you onto this page here. Okay, so the previous owner had AdSense, and I obviously want to get the credit for any clicks, so I just changed out the code to be my AdSense code. You won't see this on the front end because it looks exactly the same, but here's an example. This is an AdSense ad, and it carries my publisher ID now, so I'll get credit for any clicks. So that's one thing I've been doing. I've also been removing the previous owner's Google Analytics code and replacing it with my own. If you're not familiar with Google Analytics, it's a free tool that Google offers, and you just install a small code snippet on all the pages of your site, and it allows you just to track what's happening, where your visitors going, how much time are they spending, what are they clicking on. And since it's my site now, I obviously wanted to have that information for myself. And then the other piece of code that you won't see is a piece of code supplied by Tynt.com, Tynt.com. And that's just a piece of code that I paste on my site. Again, you won't see it, but if anyone copies and pastes my content elsewhere on the web, it will generate a link back to my site and a credit. So it's just a way to ensure people who copy my content give me credit, or that I can track it. And just a quick and easy thing to do. I do it on all pages, on all sites, so I have added that as well. You will see one thing that I have changed on the site, and that is down towards the bottom. I've added this code, and you'll see the Copyscape button down here. That's a free piece of script as well. You can go to copyscape.com and get it. It doesn't prevent people from copying anything on my site. It's not like alarm bells go off if they copy, but it's a simple, easy, quick piece of code to add. And again, I just put it on all my sites. And I think, well, maybe if somebody were going to copy innocently without realizing it wasn't a good thing to do, that they might think twice if they saw that. So those are all of the first pass audit things I've done. Just one more here at the bottom. You'll see these two links. I structure the linking on my site so that every page is linked up to the page above and down to the page below. So I just do this consistently in a format that I always remember. I put the horizontal line, I have the links centered, and I use my keywords in the anchor text. And that hadn't been done consistently across the site. So that's another quite important thing that I am updating as I go through all the pages. So that's first pass audit. And like I said, I've done about 24 pages so far, and my work this week will be doing more of them. Let me just take you in to show you, I've made some changes to some of the pages. I have not done a lot of changing to content. I'm really reining myself in and trying not to get caught up in that right now while I focus on changing out the code. But I have done a bit of editing to the home page. The main reason is that it previously had the former owner's voice in it, and I wanted it to have my voice. So I've done a very, very quick and dirty brief edit of this page. I've left the photos up. I'll probably keep some, and I'll find others, and I'll do a lot of formatting on the home page because it's the front door to my website, and I want it to be attractive and welcoming. So there's a lot of work to do on this particular page, but for now I've cleaned it up so that it has my voice. It does have some photos on there, and of course down at the bottom, again, the standard socializing and footer that's standard across all the pages. I've also come across a couple of pages that have duplicate content, and I've noted those. Those are pages with articles written by other people, and they appear elsewhere on the internet. So that's a bad thing. I don't want to be guilty of using duplicate content. So I've noted those pages, and I will most likely go in and rewrite them so that it's unique and written in my own voice. And I've come across a couple of those pages so far. The other type of page that I've removed is some pages were duplicate across the site. And an example is there is a page for Comox, and I'll take you to that page. Oh, no, I won't. I'll take you to this one, Courtney. So this page is one that I have updated, and you'll see that the keyword is Courtney, British Columbia. And at some point there was a page written that had the same content on it called Courtney. But Courtney was a lousy keyword, and so the previous owner, I believe, rewrote the page with a better keyword, put a redirect on the original page. But that page, the original page has now been dropped from Google, and I feel it's been long enough. I don't need to keep it up. So I've just removed those duplicate content pages. Let me take you into the back end for a minute to explain what I mean about writing a page with a better keyword. The example I'll use here is, oh, here's Courtney right here. This is the page we were on. The original keyword for that page was Courtney, right here. And you can see this is the demand, this is the supply, our competition, and the supply in this case outweighs the demand by 3 to 1. So that's not a great keyword. We're going to have to fight really hard to win any traffic for that keyword. The keyword that the former owner chose was Courtney, British Columbia. And that's a much better keyword. I probably would have chosen Courtney, BC, and in fact, when I edit this page, I'll incorporate both of these keywords into the page. It has much higher demand, also has higher supply, but much higher demand. So it's a better keyword in terms of bringing traffic to the page. And that's what I mean about there being duplicate pages that had similar keywords. So I'm cleaning those up. I've done 5 or 6 of those so far. I've also added a couple of pages. One was the privacy policy page. There was a privacy policy previously. Oh, that's a mouthful. But it was hidden in the footer, and I just like to have that information right out there on my nav bar to make it easy to find. And I updated that page to be more relevant to my site. As the new owner now, I need to have some specific information on it. So that was a fairly quick update. I did change that. I also added a contact page that you'll see down at the bottom of the nav bar. I couldn't see one previously on this website, so I built a contact form, and you can see what that looks like here. There's my picture on the site again. I'm starting to bring my personality into it. And here's the contact form, so people can get in touch with me. There wasn't one previously, and I feel that in order to build out a good site, I need to give my visitors a way to reach me so they can ask me questions, tell me what they need, give me their feedback. I think it's very valuable to have that. I also deleted some pages in addition to the duplicate content ones. There was a page, well, you'll see a page down here called Travel Links, and I'm going to be going through this page to examine these links in more detail. I suspect a lot of them are not very relevant, and I also very much dislike the idea of having a page of outgoing links. I don't think it's particularly beneficial to myself or the sites I'm linking to, but I deleted the other page of links. It was called Web Friends, and it was a page of totally irrelevant links. Not that the sites were bad, they just weren't relevant to my site's content. So I just deleted that page because I want to really keep it focused on the theme of my site, which is Vancouver Island. The other page I deleted was the newsletter page. There used to be a newsletter called Island Time. And again, there are not that many visitors to the site. I mean, it's getting fairly decent traffic, but I want to put my energy into building out really good quality content to attract visitors before I start diluting my energy with having to write a newsletter every month that only goes out to a dozen people. So I removed the newsletter sign-up page, and the sign-up form still exists in my back end, but it's not accessible on the site. However, I did notice that there's a second newsletter link up here. So I suspect there were at some point 2 newsletters on the site. Perhaps the second purchaser didn't realize the original creator had a newsletter. So I'll be getting rid of this one as well, although I like the keyword, Vancouver Island News. That's not a bad keyword. So I might just no-index this page for now so the search engines don't know that it's there. And the other one I'm going to work with on that is this page here that says Discover This. Now this is under a section on an island welcome that you'll see up here on the header. If I click on it, it has a good keyword again, Vancouver Island Holidays, but it doesn't have information about Vancouver Island Holidays on this page. Instead, the previous owner used this to pre-sell SBI, which is the platform this website is built on, which is fine, but I think that that information belongs in a page about me. If people want to know about me, how I built the site and why I did it, they can learn about it there. I don't think it needs to be in their face on the nav bar, and certainly not written with a keyword called Vancouver Island Holidays, because it's just not relevant, and I can certainly use that keyword for a better page about Vancouver Island Holidays. So I'm going to deal with this page as well. So that's what I've been up to this past week. I've probably spent, I'm going to guesstimate 8 to 10 hours on the site which is more than I said I would be spending. But you know, the first week there's lots to do and it's kind of fun and exciting, and I had some extra time, so I didn't mind putting in that extra few hours. This coming week, I'm going to continue changing out the AdSense on the site, because that is a really important thing in terms of taking advantage of the monetization that has been done. So I'll be continuing to replace these ads with my own AdSense code. And then I'm also going to deal with the Vancouver Island Holidays page and the newsletter page, deciding whether to no index them, delete them, or rewrite them right now, depending on my available time. So that's what I'll be up to this coming week. I'll check in with another video next week, so you can track me down and see what I'm up to. And you can also have a look at some screenshots as well that I'll be posting on the website at susanpeach.ca. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.